Also, thank you, Mr. Secretary, Chairman Kane, and Mr. Hurst. Shout out to Winterville. 13 U.S. service members killed, 13 families forever changed, 13 heroes who put the uniform on and paid the ultimate sacrifice. We owe remembrance, those families. I just want you to know we see you, we stand with you, we'll never forget. There are Gold Star families who are here today sitting in the room carrying the honor and remember flags. Remember the sacrifice. And when we do so, words can't fully capture it. April 3rd, F-15E Strike Eagle pilots were rescued because we live by a simple promise: we do not leave anyone behind. The same spirit must be extended to those who are killed in action. That's why I arise again today and raise this question of the importance of passing H.R. 1363, Honor and Remember Flag Recognition. Mr. Secretary, I raised this with you before, and actually I come today to thank you for the response from your office and actually engaging with us in this. I rise again today and bring this up because we must never lose sight of the true cost of war. As we commemorate 250 years in this country, the first call for independence, Halifax County delegates moved forward with the first official action in my district. Our service members are the reason we are here today. They've delivered freedom, and I believe it would be amazing if we could deliver for their families, those who've sacrificed this flag, something to help them, ideally by Memorial Day, or at least commemorate their families. I was simply asked, do you have any thoughts whatsoever how we continue to lift and honor those who have been killed serving our country?
Well, thank you for what you do on that topic. I think first and foremost, we do it by doing right by the legacy of those that we lose, whether it's those 13 from this conflict or any other conflict. I've been at Dover every single time, as is the chairman, as is the president, the vice president, when they can, to greet that and respect and honor that. In our department, we established the first ever Gold Star task force, where we've got a Gold Star advocate right in our front office, working these issues on a daily basis, which is why it doesn't surprise me that we so quickly got back to you. These are deep in our DNA, things that we care about. How you treat a family who's given everything in that moment, not just at Dover, but in every step of that process is a reflection of how
Mr. Secretary, thank you truly just for time here. And I've served mortuary and I've been to Dover. I deployed to Dover, so thank you there. I want to shift to Army Cadet Command. The Senior ROTC Programs Rebalance Optimization Plan, North Carolina Central University in particular, there are real access and logistical challenges that are before the cadets. And when we think about building the next generation of leaders, I would just ask us to think about how we're putting barriers in front of some, and I would just ask if you could please take a closer look at the impact on the cadets. I want to shift to another topic and really spend the last moment here as I'm running short. Your memo, April memo, the non-official personal protection arm in the Department of War property. My son is at Fort Benning right now, infantry. He's training, ideally, he wants to be 11 Bravo. And I shared the memo with them, and he shared it with his battle buddies to see the response. And he's definitely Second Amendment enthused, an advocate, and they're really interested, in this. My question is simple. How do you plan to provide any guidance on the denials, and how do you plan to track it?
That was the intent, is to make sure those men and women out there feel like they have their Second Amendment rights even when they're on post. And the burden of proof is on the command as to why they would deny, as opposed to the burden of proof on why they should allow. So the presumption is the same rights they would have outside the gate of a base, they have inside for personal protection purposes. Our bases shouldn't be gun-free zones, except for the Armory and the MPs. So the burden of proof is something we're going to pay very close attention to.
My last 15 seconds, Chairman Kane. Thank you again for the conversation breakfast. Any final thoughts in terms of any reservations of how we're dealing with munitions in terms of a supplement on the depletion of munitions.
Gentleman's time's expired. Chair now recognizes